started. Hopefully that works. If anyone's watching that wants to go check my Twitch and YouTube to make sure the stream's working, looks like it is. Hello, everyone. We're just waiting for Ro to join us, and then we're going to get the show started. You can watch on YouTube or Twitch. If I'm looking at you now, you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. If you're looking at me now, you're on TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok, I encourage you to join everyone on YouTube and Twitch, because then you can actually see the full show and you can see all of the, the stills that we're talking about from the show and the animations and all kinds of different things. And we have so much to talk about this week. Including, SYLVIE deciding to go to the void to help Loki find whoever's behind the TVA. We finally had one of our predictions become completely correct, which was so fun to see. We finally saw all these variants of Loki. I got a notification from Twitch. Ooh, hopefully everything's working okay. So much to talk about. Ro's on the way, and then we'll get the party started. But as always, a part of the show is we love hearing from you about what you thought of the episode. So you can send in your thoughts in the comments right now about what you thought of episode 5 of Loki. And when we get to that segment of the show, we'll be reading all your comments. We have some messages to go through. We have, as always, the segment from Rose Mom, where Rose Mom sends in her thoughts on the latest episode of Loki. So we'll be digging into that as well later on. We also have to talk about the Simpsons Special that was put out on Disney Plus this week. They put out this 6-minute spoof of the Avengers / Simpsons featuring Tom Hiddleston voicing Loki. It's very, very funny. So we'll be talking about that later on as well. We also have to talk about Richard E. Grant and how amazing he was as classic Loki. I'm sure this is something that we'll dig into with Ro. And Ro is here. Hello, bestie.
Hi, bestie.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Are you going on TikTok, or are we just hanging out here? It's okay if you can't.
I think I can't today.
Okay. No problem.
I don't know why. I think I need to find a new cable.
No problem. No problem at all. So if you're watching on TikTok, let me know if you can hear Ro okay, because I unplugged my headphones here so everyone can hear you and we can keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
I had to start early because TikTok got mad at me. And they were like, if you start your lives late one more time, we're going to restrict your feature access. We're going to restrict your ability to go live. And I was like, what?
What?
Excuse me? That was so
I'm sorry.
No, it was me. I'm the one that's late every single week. So TikTok told me no more. So here we are. But it's all good. We made it. Welcome to the Loki after party, everyone. Ro, my bestie.
Hi.
So good to see you.
So good to see you.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. I was just telling the folks watching on TikTok that this is every week I upload screen grabs from the episode like this that we pull up as we talk about the episode. I have never uploaded as many images as I did for episode 5. There's so much I want to talk to you about and dig into.
Right. There are a lot of things going on at the moment with the Loki show. We need to talk about everything.
Let's just dive right in with our opening segment of the show, Get Help, where we talk about the most emotional moments from this week's episode of Loki. Where do you want to start?
Can I just start with King Loki?
Yes, absolutely. King Loki. Let's go there.
He's just my favorite. Like I have a lot of things to talk about him. I could do a TED talk right now.
Yeah, go for it. The floor is yours. Tell us all about King Loki and your thoughts.
Oh my gosh, he's amazing. I expected him to be not likable at all. I don't know why.
Yep.
Well, classic Loki, not King Loki. Let's call.
No, I know. Yeah, classic Loki.
I didn't expect him to be likable at all. And at the end of the episode, I was like, my baby. He's probably 60 years old, but he's my baby. Anyways,
he's your baby. It's your child. Absolutely.
Can we talk about the fact that he's super powerful?
Yes. Let's talk about. Hold on. I put up an image here just for you. Classic Loki building the city of Asgard.
Oh my gosh. Can we talk about that scene? Because that scene is we just need an episode just to talk about that scene.
100%.
There are a lot of things that you can say about that scene.
Yeah, like what? Let's get the
Like-
ball rolling here. How do you feel
like-
about it?
Like, first of all, he was super powerful just to create Asgard,
Yep.
which makes me think that when he was alone
Yep.
in that planet, he did it
Yes.
just for himself, not to feel alone or just to feel himself at home.
Yep.
Secondly, the fact that there are thunders and lightning
Yes.
when he's doing Asgard
Yeah.
makes me think about Thor.
Yes.
And thirdly, I refuse to believe that this Loki is not Loki from Ragnarok.
Yes. Okay, tell me about that. Tell me about that.
I refuse to. People are saying, no, they're different Lokis. They are different Lokis, but they are different Lokis, different timelines, but they had the same story.
Yeah.
He says that in this episode, or am I crazy? Like, he says everything went accordingly. The ending just changed. It's just I survived the Thanos when he went for Asgard. So he saw his people die. He saw Asgard destroyed.
Yeah. And then he decided to live a life of solitude on his own.
And he missed Thor.
Yeah.
So I want to believe that.
If he's not the Loki from Ragnarok, he's a Loki that lived an identical life to the Loki we saw in Ragnarok. Absolutely.
I like to think that this Loki, because, okay, the Loki that we know and the Loki that we grew up with, he is not that powerful, but he knew exactly how to create an illusion of himself.
Yeah,
he was powerful in that, and we saw that in Thor 1.
Yeah.
So perfectly, he probably could, do that. The only thing is like, Loki didn't know, I can actually do this.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually just create an illusion of myself. And then, if that happened to our Loki, maybe he went to another planet and then he improved his, magic skills.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have to do anything else
to do.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, he didn't have anything else to do, and also he felt alone. So he improved his magic skills and create Asgard.
Yeah. I'm with you. I mean, I think we could do a whole mini series on Disney Plus about Loki living by himself in solitude, and just kind of how he would spiral. I'm trying to pull back up that image. There it is.
Which makes me think also he's not dead.
Okay. You think he's not dead?
I don't think he's dead.
You think he's coming back in the last episode?
Don't know, but maybe they could. Maybe in the future of Marvel, they could pull the card that he's not dead because he was creating an illusion of himself.
Yes, absolutely.
Because at the end, you see him doing something with his hands, like he has magic in his hands and doing something.
Yep.
Who knows? But I want more of Richard E. Grant in the MCU. I want more.
Richard E. Grant is really giving us more right now on his Instagram, on his Twitter. He's posting so much behind the scenes of him filming as classic Loki. We got an amazing video of him and Owen Wilson talking in the dressing room. We've gotten images of Tom on set. Like who knew Richard E. Grant was the one that was going to deliver us the behind the scenes we've been missing?
Spoilers, I knew it.
Soldier. We wanted it for WandaVision. Oh, you knew it. You called Richard E. Grant.
Listen, I follow Richard E. Grant since last year, and I'm telling you, yes, I'm telling you, his Instagram gives me serotonin. His videos.
You said this in an earlier episode. You said everyone needs to go follow Richard E. Grant on Instagram. I think you said that in episode 2.
Yeah.
So you called it. You called it right, bestie. And anyone that listened to Row is now reaping the benefits because I am following Richard E. Grant on Instagram, and that's how I found all of this. So thank you. Your prediction was correct.
I should start gatekeeping Richard E. Grant.
Absolutely. You know how every week we talk about how you are the captain of the Owen Wilson fandom? Have we created a Richard E. Grant fandom?
Yes, please. Yes,
Ro
please.
creates Richard E. Grant fandom. Here we go.
Yes, thank
Stop
you.
the heading. There we go. The headline that is deserved. We really have done it here on Stark Radio. But speaking of predictions coming true, we had a big prediction come true this week. It was one of mine, and I was so thrilled. Let's see if I can pull up the right animation on the first try. Yes, the Taylor Swift inspired Look What You Made Me Do fight sequence. If you don't know what we're talking about, in Taylor Swift's music video, she has this version of all the past versions of herself fighting each other while she stands on top of like this pile of Taylor Swifts. And episode 1, I said, I want to see all the Lokis fight each other. And last week on the show, I said, you know what? I don't think we're going to get it. I think they're all going to work together. So wasn't I thrilled when they all started fighting? You thought of me?
I thought about you. As soon as I saw that, I was like, shit, she was right.
Yeah, I called it my one prediction of Marvel. And if I know anything, it's when I know some Taylor Swift inspiration. I called it episode 1. So I was thrilled that we finally saw a prediction come to light. But our other 2 predictions, one still to be determined if Loki is going to trigger the multiverse of madness. The other of King Loki and Variant Loki in Asgard also came true, technically, with the beautiful illusion of Asgard being built. You could say that also came true.
Yeah.
So we're 2 for 3.
I was like, listen, we know what they are doing. We know what they are doing. I love it. I love it. This episode, I absolutely love it.
Yes, I love this episode. I think Tom was hyping this episode from the get-go. So to see it finally and it did live up to the hype, I think that was like something beautiful to see happen. Let's talk about this episode kind of piece by piece here, because I think there's a lot of beautiful things to unpack. First, I want to talk about SYLVIE and SYLVIE's performance, because I think she did wondrous work this episode. I wasn't really loving the SYLVIE character throughout all of Loki, and episode 5, I absolutely fell in love with this character and her strength and how powerful she is. So that was my take on SYLVIE this episode. What about you?
Sofia Di Martino is just amazing. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
I love SYLVIE. I think she's a very interesting character. However, sorry, this is like...
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's all good.
However, I think this love interest thing, as I say, I'm not going to say anything until I finish the show and we talk doing this whole after party about what I think about this romantically involved with Loki thing. But I think she's a very interesting character, and I think she deserves more of herself more than being in a Loki show. You know what I mean? Because it's taking the spotlight of Loki.
Yes.
She's that strong that is taking the spotlight of Loki. So I would love to see a film about her, or a TV show about her. Or maybe, I don't know, if they want to do a season 2.
They are doing a season 2. So maybe it will be all about SYLVIE.
All about SYLVIE. But I have the feeling in the last episode, we are going to see someone dying. Either Loki or SYLVIE.
Who you think, Loki or SYLVIE, is going to die?
Yes, because that conversation of them talking with, the blanket and everything, for me, is a conversation you are about to die conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
have to be careful here, because I have to be careful about the words I'm saying on TikTok Live so they don't ban me. So let's say unalive instead.
Unalive. Okay, sorry. Unalive.
No. I just realized that because I'm trying very hard to stay on TikTok's good side these days. So yes, unalive in the finale. I do agree with you. This blanket scene definitely seemed to be setting something up, something bigger either happening between them or them losing one another. It kind of felt like a stagnant moment in the episode, but I think that it's going to come back in episode 6 to reveal something bigger.
Yeah, it's just for me, it gave me like the first thought. I say, our Loki is gonna die. Our Loki is gonna
I'm alive. Yes. I mean, I think it's been kind of set up from the beginning that this might be Tom Hiddleston's last hurrah, but I hope not, because I think we're going to see him in Doctor Strange. So who knows? If he does trigger the multiverse of madness, I mean, there's room for everyone in that kind of universe. So we will see. We will see what's to come.
Hopefully, we will see him Doctor Strange. I'm not sure. He was filming another thing when Doctor Strange was filming, so I'm not sure about that.
Okay. So we'll see.
Knows?
We will see. Next character I want to dig into with you. I mean, Mobius. We had some beautiful Mobius moments in this episode. Him driving the pizza car, the hug between Mobius and Loki. What are your thoughts on this one?
I just love it. It's just, I love Loki and Mobius so much.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that Loki realized that he has a friend.
Yeah.
He had it. Like, this Loki doesn't know, but he had his friends with the Revengers.
Mm-hmm.
But this Loki doesn't know about the Revengers. So it's like his only friend.
Yeah.
And it makes me very sad. It makes me very sad because it's like we probably won't see each other again.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm going to hug you because I couldn't. I lost everyone and I couldn't hug them.
Yeah.
That makes me very sad.
It was a hug bigger than just Mobius. It felt like a hug that he would extend back to Thor and to his parents and to, you know.
And the fact that there is a dagger in that scene, love is like a dagger. So,
yes. Yeah. Beautifully done.
Yeah. And also, I don't know if you saw on Twitter, Michael Waldron like a tweet of a fan art that appears all the Lokis and Mobius. So 5 Lokis and Mobius. And the fan art says 6 Lokis.
Okay, so we made that prediction in a previous episode that Mobius might be a Loki himself. So perhaps we're not wrong. I would love to see that become true, honestly. I know last week I said that perhaps everyone in the TVA is a Loki. Like, this is just a million different Lokis all hanging out together. Maybe it wasn't as strange as what we thought it was when I said it last week. But sorry, you go ahead.
No. It's just, honestly, I would be a bit disappointed if Mobius was a Loki and if the person behind the TVA is Loki.
Yeah.
I would be a bit disappointed, to be honest. Basically, because it's not in the essence of Loki. Loki is the agent of chaos. Why would he want to have a perfect timeline?
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know.
And also, is it really in his nature to be that ultimate villain? I don't think that's true either. I think that, you know, Loki standing up to Thanos proves that he is not the ultimate villain.
And also, we have like a lot of hints that is Kang, because Renslayer, also Alioth is part of like Kang's as well.
So let's talk about Alligator for a second, because
in English.
Don't worry, you're perfect. I finally I've done it after weeks of not having comic book references. I have a comic reference for us to talk about. The introduction of Alligator in the comics, it makes it very clear that it is part of Kong the Conqueror's storyline, and that it is meant to help destroy Asgard. So I think the Kong theory is stronger than ever.
Exactly. But then it's like the same happens like Mephisto, and then it wasn't Mephisto, it was Agatha all along. So I can expect that it was Loki all along. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's the thing.
Perhaps there's something between a Loki variant and a Kong the Conqueror, and it's all connected. You did call out very early on in these after parties that Kong the Conqueror could show up in the post-credit scene of the last episode. So that's
I still think about that. I still think maybe it's a Loki, but then it's like kind of Thanos. You know, Avengers. Okay, I will do it myself, kind of thing. But honestly, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if. Do you think Kang is going to be like the main villain in the multiverse of, like in the multiverse saga? Because this is the multiverse saga.
It's lining up. Everything's lining up for him to be, especially with Quantum Mania being the Ant-Man movie coming out. I feel like it's a fit there. I feel like it's a fit with this show. I feel like it's a fit for Multiverse of Madness. It works with the WandaVision, like how they're setting up Wanda. It's fitting for me. What doesn't fit about it for me is how they would include someone like Sam Wilson as Captain America. Like none of that storyline is fitting into this for me.
Maybe it's just to set up Captain America fourth, and then because for example, Winter Soldier, it doesn't fit the Infinity Saga.
It's about the relationships as opposed to like.
It's just maybe at the end they do something like all together or something, and then you have Captain America, like Sam Wilson, Captain America, just to introduce the character. But it's just I don't know what to think, because I don't know. It's just can be the main villain, and also if it's Loki. Mm-hmm. If it's Loki, the main villain, it's Loki in the Loki show, how this connects with Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm. What's going to be that final trigger to the Multiverse of Madness, right?
Because right now, the multiverse now is fine, right? Like they fix it. Right?
Yep.
It's the TVA seems like they are now quiet and peace and quiet, and they fix it. So how are they going to do all of this in 40 minutes? 40 minutes. It's just, I'm worried.
Another point, and we're bringing up a lot of references to previous episodes here, but I think it's because we've done a really great job analyzing all the possible directions for this show. We said in, I think, episode 1, both of us agreed that we did not think this series 1 of Loki was going to have a happy ending. And that the ending of season 1 was going to be major cliffhangers, and we would not leave this show satisfied. We were going to leave like with a lot more questions than answers.
Definitely.
So I have to really get myself mentally prepared to be destroyed by Loki next week.
I honestly expect next week, I expect tears. I expect an upsetting ending.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a happy ending.
No.
It's not going to be a happy ending.
We're far from a happy ending with the Loki show, I think.
The only show that had a happy ending was
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
And this one is going to be like Wanda. Like, we are going to cry.
Yep.
We are going to cry.
No makeup for next week's episode of Loki, folks. It's going to be straight tears.
Next week we'll have the big party, right?
Yes, we're going to have a big after party, and we're going to have all of those details announced once I finalize them, basically. But it's going to be very fun. Same time, same place across all of our platforms. Everyone can come back and watch next week.
I'm very excited.
It's going to be so good. Another prediction that we've made in the past that I wanted to circle back on. Let me find the image here. If you're not watching with us on Twitch and YouTube, you're really missing out on the animations that we use in the show. So we've made a lot of predictions about who the timekeepers are. And when we saw this friend, we made a lot of comparisons to the Lorax. And I would like to talk about this image of what Loki and SYLVIE are walking towards at the end of episode 5. And if you've watched the movie The Lorax, this looks a lot like what is outside of the city limits.
Oh, come on!
Have you watched The Lorax? Do you know what I'm talking about? I should have found a photo, but the kid, Zac Efron's character, goes over the city limits, and there's this creepy house in the middle of nowhere. And that is what it looks like Loki and SYLVIE are walking towards. So confirmed, the Lorax is a timekeeper.
It looks like, you see that tower, that at the end of the tower it has like a bright light.
Yep.
It looks like Lord of the Rings, right? Like
Oh, it
the
does actually, very much. It does.
No, but actually doing a bit of research, this castle looks a lot like the castle, like Doom Castle. Like I think it's Doctor Doom Castle,
Ooh, yes.
which is like the one castle in Germany, like Darmstadt Castle, I think. I'm not sure, but people were saying, what if it's not Kang, but it's Doctor Doom behind everything?
Wow, that would be a major plot twist for me.
And Doctor Doom will be like amazing, like big one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
one.
Imagine. I can't imagine that
Who
kind
would you put as Doctor Doom? Like, the only person I imagine is Matt Mikkelsen, but they already cast him as a villain. So I don't know.
Who do you guys think they would cast as Doom? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know.
That I would be shook if that was the big villain reveal. I mean, I think that if that's true, how happy is Marvel that literally everyone thinks it's going to be Kong? The entire fandom is set on the idea that we're going to get Kong as the ultimate villain here, and that's setting up for every movie. Imagine if we were all dead wrong.
But we say it first.
We said it first here. Radio. Yes, they cannot say we did not figure it out, for sure. Let's dig into some more of how beautiful this episode was. I mean, we had such amazing, amazing moments when they're enchanting Alligator, when they're, fighting Alligator, right? And then we have this absolute masterpiece of Alligator Loki. Who knew that Alligator Loki was going to be the most satisfying Loki in this whole series? Giving me everything I want.
And I did a TikTok about this today, but I'm gonna say it here.
Okay.
Croaky, I call it Croaky. So
yes, Croaky.
Croaky. His Nexus event was defeating Thanos. Okay, and how he could do that? He could do that. Like, imagine the ending of the battle of Endgame.
Yeah.
Tony Stark just gets Croaky, and when he say "I'm inevitable," he says that, right?
Inevitable. Yep.
And then Tony just throw Croaky. No, Croaky, and basically bites his hand.
Yep.
That would be perfect.
I love it.
That's his Nexus event. Sorry,
maybe that will be in the What If series.
I wish.
I would love to see it.
I wish. I'm very interested in that series.
I'm very excited. The trailer just came out for it. Is there a particular piece of the What If series that you're really excited about? Yes,
Thor. I think he's kind of cute. Can you explain for those who don't know? I know everything, but can you explain? And also, I think there is an episode where Loki is king of Asgard.
Yes.
I'm very interested in that. And also, Korg appears in the series. Yeah. I want to see what
that was what I was waiting for. I saw that Korg was coming in, and I was like, that's for Ro.
Exactly. I'm like, what is Korg doing here?
Korg fans rise in the chat. We are so ready for it.
I'm very excited about this series, to be honest. What about you? Do you have any?
Obviously, Bucky Barnes. I'm so excited to see what they're going to do with Mr. Bucky, but I am really excited to see Chadwick Boseman's last performance as Black Panther, and then putting that piece aside, just Black Panther as Star-Lord is boggling my mind in every way. I saw it in the trailer and thought I misunderstood. I was like, how is this? But no, that they're going there. And I'm like, this is the fan fiction I never wanted to read. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what that's about.
And also the zombie episode as well. And also which one it was? Doctor Strange, if he was evil, if he joined Dormammu. So I'm very excited.
Doctor Strange, and he can still make that choice. I'd be fine with it. You go, Doctor Strange. I'm not a Doctor Strange fan, unfortunately. Sorry, everyone. We have Croaky fans in the chat on TikTok. Thank you. I appreciate you. But no, Doctor Strange can still make that choice as far as I'm concerned. Wanda can take him. It's fine. Go to the TVA, grab a bucket of Infinity Stones. You can take Doctor Strange out in a second. That's my opinion. Put me in, coach. I'll take him down myself.
Oh my God.
Some strong words against Benedict Cumberbatch. I do love the man, just not.
Wimbledon tennis match.
Me and Benedict, let's go. Let's see it.
He was in Wimbledon the other day, so I tweeted. Yes, I tweeted Wimbledon tennis match in Wimbledon watching a tennis match. Oh my gosh.
I love a good Benedict Cumberbatch joke.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
So let's revisit. We've touched on how great Croaky is. We also saw many other Lokis this episode. So many.
And we talk about President Loki.
Let's talk about it. You go for it.
Because I have a message for everyone here right now.
Hold on.
For myself.
Let me put you full screen.
Okay. I have a message. Stop simping over President Loki, please. Especially you, Ro. Stop simping over him. He's the kind of man. He's the kind of man who will leave you read for a whole week. And then he will send you a text at 2 a.m. and will just ask you, hey, are you up? So we need to stop simping. Do not simp over him.
Stop the simping, folks.
Stop the simping. He's gonna break your heart. He's on Tinder. You know what I mean? He's on Tinder and he's talking with other people.
Yeah.
So don't.
That's an official recommendation. We've never done an official recommendation from Stark Radio, but I think this is our first.
I feel like I'm the auntie of this fandom. So, as a good auntie, I should just give you the advice. Stop simping over him. He doesn't deserve you.
Thank you, Auntie Ro. I think we all needed to hear that. Yeah, honest to God. So we will stop simping over that man.
Yes.
Can we talk about how Kid Loki looked us dead in the eye and told us he killed Thor?
Yes, thank you.
What a moment that was. Kid Loki.
I would say I will protect Kid Loki with my life, but I don't need it to say that because he will protect himself. Have you seen him drinking his juice, like his orange juice, while everyone was drinking alcohol? I was like, this kid. This is
the one. This boy.
This is the one. Absolutely love him. Like, he's adorable, but also he's powerful. And I think
I need to know how he killed Thor. How did the man do it? Like, I mean, he script him going down a set of stairs or something.
He literally has a knife with him, so
anything's possible.
Anything is possible. It could be like, like the story that Thor tells in Ragnarok, like Snake stab him and stab him wrong.
Snake did it, absolutely.
But like the balance between one Loki missing Thor and the other Loki killing Thor. Yeah. It's just amazing. It's just and probably Thor was a kid as well, so he wasn't that powerful.
Poor kid Thor, man.
I wanna know the story of the alligator Loki with like the whole story, like how did he become Loki? Like, I'm very confused, and also like the fact that we have in the like when they are going down in the we see Thor, but it's a frog. Frog. Is that the Thor from the Croaky one?
Right.
It's like a timeline where everyone is like an animal.
Yeah.
He's perfect.
Alligator Loki implies the existence of animal Avengers,
Exactly.
right?
I love that.
Animal Avengers, there must be something good there, but yeah.
And Avengers.
Are they all alligators though, or are they different animals? That's
I
my. Or
think
are they all like water creatures?
probably.
The whale.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like there is no perfect like animal for Loki that an alligator or a snake.
Yeah.
I think they are perfect.
Yeah. My question about Croaky, which I have yet to see anyone answer appropriately, is who made the hat for him to such perfect proportions that would stay on that alligator's head? Who made the horns? Is there an alligator like goldsmith in Alligator Asgard that makes alligator horns?
I will vote that when he arrived there, Kid Loki did it for him.
Perhaps.
That's my theory.
That's much more realistic. I mean, you can see those alligators. They don't have working hands like humans do. So how did that happen?
And how do they understand what the alligator says? We are not talking about that.
It's true. No one here knows how to speak alligator.
It's just like we have reached the point, like in Star Wars, when Chewbacca is like, whoa!
Yeah,
and Han Solo is like, oh, he said blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So yeah, how long have they been there just to learn how alligators talk? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like literally eternity, but like how do you even measure eternity when you're living in the void at the end of time?
Exactly. And why Kid Loki and Classic Loki didn't want to leave?
Yeah.
It's their home now. Why? Why don't you want to come back?
Yeah. Why would you want to stay? Right? What's there for you?
Exactly. Like especially Kid Loki, you're a kid.
Yeah. You have a lot. Well, I guess if your whole perception of life and time would change if you were stuck at the end of time. I mean, it's a hard one.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Kid Loki has to come back to his timeline because he's gonna be in Young Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
And just saw a tweet about from Discussion Film that they just say like Young Avengers new member is Kid Loki, so he has to come back to the timeline. So something must happen. Something big must happen.
Something big's coming, folks, with Kid Loki.
Yeah.
Hopefully, episode 6 will kind of show how that all comes to be. I would like to enter our next segment of the show, my favorite segment, called Lola's Loki Theories, where we hear from Rose's mom about her thoughts on the last episode of Loki. So I'm going to play the message, and then you can translate for all of us non-Spanish speakers.
Hola chicos, ¿qué tal? Pues aquí a comentar otro capítulo más, que ha sido súper emocionante. Tanto el Loki, el mayor, el anciano, el niño, el cocodrilo, es alucinante. Ahora, la duda que yo tengo, ¿ella será Loki de verdad o no? ¿O es una persona que está enamorada de Loki y ha cogido esos poderes mentales por amor? Esa es mi pregunta, a ver si me podéis contestar. ¿Vosotros qué creéis? Y también, ¿quién habrá en el castillo? ¿En ese castillo no pensáis que es verdad que nos podemos llevar una sorpresa y haber un Loki y ser el malvado de todos los acontecimientos? Os dejo esa pregunta. Venga, bye bye.
I love Lola so much. Thank you, as always, for calling in.
Thank you, Mom.
What did Lola have to say?
So she has a lot of thoughts. She absolutely loved the episode, and especially seeing like all the Lokis. She wonders what we think about Sylvie. Is she really a Loki, or is she something like pretending to be a Loki, but it's not a Loki? She also asked, who do we think is behind everything? She thinks it's a Loki. Her theory is that it's a Loki behind everything. That's all she has.
So Lola is team Loki, like villain Loki, hero Loki, Mobius Loki. Answer to any question is just it's a Loki.
Yeah.
Except Sylvie.
Yeah.
That's really fascinating to me.
Yeah.
I wondered Well, she has these enchantments, right? So we go back to this when they originally leaked that it was Sylvie, and we talked about Sylvie being the enchantress as opposed to like a Loki variant, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the show has ruled that out, but I would love to see that become the truth still, that she's not a Loki. She's a more differently powerful being than Loki themselves, the variants are, but she's still connected to the Asgardian throne, just in a different way.
Exactly. But also, like, what is her glorious purpose if she's a Loki?
Yep.
Because we...
And why is she the only female Loki that we've met?
There is another female Loki.
Is there? Did I miss it?
Put the photo of the present Loki.
Here we go. Who did I miss?
The one that is like with the hat.
Is that a female? Oh my god. I'm zooming
She's
in.
a female, right?
Is it? Perhaps. I was going under the impression those were all supposed to be male identifying Lokis, and that Sylvie was special because she was the only woman female Loki. And that's why when you said there's a woman, everyone was like, what?
I don't know. I thought it was a woman. I don't know at this point. But it's very interesting that you say that why there is only a woman. You know what I mean? It's just... That's true. And I didn't thought about that.
I mean, if Ariana Grande is correct, God is a woman, God could be Sylvie.
The TVA, Sylvie is behind everything. Imagine if that's the plot twist.
That
would be like a big plot twist, right? Like her being behind everything, and she just did it just because she wanted to kill the main Loki, or I don't know, to something.
Yeah.
Or to have his power. So I don't know. It's just...
Lola's opening a can of worms here. I don't know if y'all she's really got me thinking here. Perhaps Sylvie is not yet fully discovered. And if that's the case, then it justifies this whole relationship nonsense we've been seeing with Loki and Sylvie, if she's never been a Loki this whole time, nor part of the family.
Exactly. But it's just, I think about what is her glorious purpose. What is it? It's just... And what was her nexus being? Like, what was her nexus? Because they just take her.
They still haven't said. We still don't know.
Because she was playing like she was trying to save Asgard, right?
Yep. Or, return to Asgard.
I don't know. That's very weird.
That's a good thing to chew on. This is a lot to think about. What do y'all think that are watching? Let us know.
Let us know, yeah.
I mean, let me pull a picture up, maybe a more flattering one than this one. Hold on. Like, she is powerful, and, you know,
she's very powerful.
I'm not buying it that she could be a Loki variant now that Lola's planted it in my head that might not be the case.
And also, if it's Lady Loki, come on, Lady Loki has black hair. Sorry.
No, it's true. It's true. They intentionally made her blonde. A lot to think about. Lola, as always, providing the good pieces to chew on here. We have a comment from YouTube just exaggerating the Alligator point. I'm loving all the variations of the Alligator Loki and how we've all collectively decided that this is our favorite Marvel character.
Yeah.
This is the comfort character from this show.
Comfort character for me as well is classic Loki.
Yes.
And also, it just makes me sad to think the fact that, yes, my man here, he looks like Kermit the Frog.
Don't be saying that to me. Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
He does look like Kermit the Frog. Why would they do him dirty like that?
I love him. the fact that now, like, classic Loki is dead, it's just Kid Loki and Alligator Loki alone.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is. And then who knows who survived the massive Loki fight that did throw down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will add, have you been watching MODOK on Disney Plus?
No.
You should, because spoiler, if you're watching MODOK, cover your ears for a second. They do go to Asgard. It is worth watching.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Any character that we love?
I'm not saying you're gonna have to watch it. You're gonna have to watch it, but they do go, and for that reason alone, it's worth the watch.
Okay, we'll watch it.
Speaking of other Marvel shows, let's talk about how we got the Simpsons special for.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's 6 minutes long, and it honestly feels shorter.
I need to see it.
It is extremely, extremely brief. I cannot emphasize how brief it is, but we will talk about it during the finale next week. So if you have not watched, please go enjoy now.
Perfect.
And our last segment of the show that I would like for us to visit, as always. Let's see if I clicked on it. Nope. I never click on it right the first time. End of file, where we talk about our final thoughts for this episode of Loki. And I do want to talk about my favorite moment from the episode, which was when they look at each other and Loki's like, I don't even know what we're doing. And Sylvie's like, I don't know how to do this, because that's how I feel going into the finale. It's a big, I have no idea what's coming. I have no idea what the show is going to become after we see the last episode.
My two brain cells just talking to each other.
Honestly, and their faces really do bring this point home for me, right?
Yeah, it's just, I feel like that every day. Like, I don't even know what we are doing, and I don't know. Yeah, it's just a mood, honestly. That conversation was interesting. It's just, I didn't like this tone that they put, like, you know, here you have my blanket. You are a frost giant. You are not cold.
I did enjoy when she was like, this blanket sucks. I was like, what? I was like, you tell him. You call him out.
It's like, I feel like Sylvie is more into Loki and Mobius than, like, she was like, he likes you. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. I loved when Mobius, I don't have the photo, but when he's hugging Loki, but he's like, you're my favorite to Sylvie. That was like the best call out of the episode, I think. So
I absolutely love that part. Yeah.
And I would like to know why they put Owen Wilson in a pizza car. Was it just the humor of it? Or is there some kind, I feel like it's so random that they would have him driving around with the big pizza. I don't know.
It's just, it can be like a reference, like Planet Pizza or something, like Toy Story.
Yeah.
But just putting him driving in a car is just ka-chow. You know what I mean? Ka-chow bestie. Ka-chow.
Ka-chow besties. We got the animation ready to go from last week's episode.
Yeah, ka-chow bestie.
More to come with ka-chow besties in the weeks to come for sure.
Yes. And I don't know. It's just, I think that was the reference. Otherwise, I wouldn't look. But have you seen like the Easter eggs of the episode?
No.
They have the Thanos helicopter.
Oh, actually,
there.
You know what? Wait, hold on. Boom.
Thanos copter. Yes.
Yes. Talk to us about it.
It's just Thanos just built a helicopter. That's it. And
I love how big he wrote his name.
Yeah, and the fact that probably he's there, like if his helicopter is there, that means he's there.
Mm-hmm.
And also there was this yellow jacket.
Yes, and a helmet from Ant-Man.
Yeah,
was there, and a yellow jacket for the Wasp, I think it was.
Yeah, so probably in an alternative timeline, they just grow.
Yeah.
Instead of, going smaller. And what else?
I feel like I'll have to rewatch the episode in complete darkness. It was It was pretty bright
It
when I
was
was
so-
watching it, so I missed a lot of things. Like these scenes just looked very dark on my screen, so I'll have to rewatch
Yeah.
with the lights turned off and the blinds down, so I can see all the Easter eggs that were left in the episode.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
a great episode 5. Hello, TikTok friends. If you have not been watching the show, you can join us on YouTube and Twitch for our last few minutes here. But what are your final takeaways from episode 5 heading into the finale that I cannot believe is already here?
it's already here, right? It's just time goes so fast when you are not in the TVA. I think I absolutely love this episode. I think we are not going to talk with this girl of the theories girl.
No, so she wasn't able to join us, so she's going to join us for the finale next week.
Oh, great.
And I should have said that off the top. If you've been on TikTok, you've seen this theory floating around about how every episode of Loki matches one of the Infinity Stones, and she's agreed to come on the show and chat with us. She couldn't make it today, so hopefully she'll join us for the finale next week. But we will link the TikTok on YouTube and Twitch for those of you to go watch it. It's she_loves_Marvel_ I think is her app, but Straw Hat Goofy did a video on it. It kind of, my whole For You page for like 2 days was this theory. So she's going to come back on the show and chat with us all about it and see if the last 2 episodes also align with her theory, which will be super fun. We have lots of friends joining us for the finale next week, which will be so fun to hear from everyone their thoughts on the series and the finale episode. And then we'll probably do some kind of wrap as well, which will be super fun.
That will be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bestie, episode 5. What are your final thoughts here?
Yeah. Bestie, episode 5. Incredible episode. The fact that we were introduced to many characters, like many Lokis, was incredible. Yeah. I absolutely love it. Classic Loki has my heart. Kid Loki, I stand. Alligator Loki, my comfort character. And I think this is just, it feels like a bit of episode 3, where, you know, they were preparing you to the final act. And but I think it's absolutely amazing, and the visual effects incredible. Like the scene of Asgard for me is like one of the best scenes that Marvel has ever done.
I completely agree.
Amazing. This is the redemption that I want to see in a Loki.
Yeah.
The fact that he literally just changed his future of, okay, I'm going to sacrifice myself to save people, to save, you know, his glorious 100%. Purpose. It was his glorious purpose.
100%. I was really taken aback that we got as much action as we did at the end of the episode. I thought they might like cut it and then save all of the action for the finale. So I'm really looking forward to see what kind of bang they're going to end on. I'm very nervous for whatever the post-credit scene has in store for us. I think it's going to send me on a tailspin. So we will see what happens next week on Loki, and we'll be back for the finale this time next week with friends to talk about everything Loki episode 6 and just as a whole what we thought of the series. As always, if you're watching, you can send us your thoughts. Link in my bio has a link where you can leave us a voice message that will play on the show with all of your thoughts, theories, and reactions to Loki. Ro, a pleasure as always.
It's a pleasure. I love talking about Loki with you.
So I'm gonna end the live on TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you on TikTok next week. And now that that's ended, YouTube and Twitch. We will see y'all next week as well. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for joining
both of us on TikTok. Producer Liz, Agent of Midgard, and follow us on Instagram as well, where all of our announcements go first.
Yeah.
Amazing. Bye, everyone.
Bye.